Thanks for clicking. You're listening to Time In with yours truly, Tommy Crenshaw. With me is always the shiny ring finding Ricardo Longus.
Well, am I in the Lord of the Rings now, Tommy? Is that that's what's going on? Am I a little hobbit guy that goes around, put things on my fingers and disappear? I don't get the reference here, Tommy.
So every time I see you, I feel like you've got a new shiny ring. Like that's you're going to the fancy jewelers. You're going to, or maybe you're getting them in one of those coin pushing machines. I don't know. I just know they're shiny.
I just, people give me rings. I don't know what it is. I just, I turn up to like an event and they're like, hey, Ricardo, look at this ring. Isn't it a pretty cool ring? I was like, hey, that's a pretty nice ring. I like that ring, And they're like, hey, it's yours. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? I mean, I didn't come up here for get rings or nothing, whatnot. But hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you feel like you're Tom Brady or something.
Hey, I got a ring for every finger.
Yeah, speaking about rings for every finger, we have one of our favorite guests is back, Mr. Garry Leif-O'Donnell.
Hey, thank you, Tommy. Listen, and I do got a few rings on, but listen, it's so weird you brought that up, Ricardo, because I knew I was coming here today, and I saw this ring sitting on my dresser. I don't even know where it came from. I woke up and it was there. I don't know if I had one of these guys, you hear about he breaks into your house and he leaves stuff there instead of stealing stuff, and maybe he left a ring. I don't know where it came from. Anyway, it's not mine. I thought it was cool. I know you love rings. I see you got one on every finger, but I brought this for you. I didn't know the ring thing was going to come up, but I brought it for you anyway. You can have this ring. It's really nice. It looks like it fit on your finger, maybe your toes. You got rings on your toes. Maybe you can.
Hey, I'll put it on my toes. I'll take one of these off. Hey, I thank you, Gary. Hey, you know what it probably was from Gary? It's from all those ladies you love. Those lovely ladies that love you. They probably left some jewelry at your place. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, the ladies do love me, and I don't let them leave jewelry at my house though. They don't leave anything there. I keep that place spotless. One thing you want, you got a lady come to your house, you don't want her to see some other lady's ring on your dresser. Yeah. That's gonna ruin the mood. That's the wrong idea of a mood ring. That's the anti-mood ring. That's what that becomes. Yeah, you can have this. Maybe put 2 rings on a. You can have 2 rings on one finger. Right, 10 fingers, 11 rings. That's not a big deal. Nobody's gonna judge you for that.
That's true. Speaking of rings and stuff, lots of rings or something that's given out, when your team wins a championship. Stuff like that,
look at what they're doing right now in Japan.
Exactly.
They give out, the Olympics rings, and
exactly.
The thing is that in Ring also was a movie that came from Japan. It was
right. They're making the medals out of cell phones, and the cell phones ring.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to get the Olympians to come out of the television sets, like the woman in the movies that were doing in Japan. And the Japanese are the ones that are going to come up with that. I mean, they're the ones that are the tech savvy people. They're the nerds of the world.
That'd be great. I'd love that. I mean, you're watching Black Widow as Scarlett Johansson climbs out of the TV.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want that?
But then it's like not the real people. It's like a facsimile. So then it's the question.
That's all right. I'll take it.
Well, yeah, but then it's like the pet cemetery thing. It's not like the real people.
I think I'm okay with it. If my choice was between having no Scarlett Johansson in my room and it's some kind of zombie Pet Cemetery version of Scarlett Johansson, I'd pick the Pet Cemetery one every time, because the other option is no Scarlett Johansson, and having some kind of version of it is better than just a poster.
Yeah, but what if it's got COVID?
I don't care.
Hey, all that aside, we got a subject to talk about today. We can talk about, hot women crawling out of TVs for hours on end, but we need to get on subject here. We need to get back on the rails, and we got to talk about something big that happened recently, and that was, the Cleveland, non-dead names, changed the name to the Guardians. So we got the Cleveland Guardians.
Right. Yeah, we're not allowed. I'm sorry, we're not allowed to say the old name because that's important. Me and you, we got a lot of good memories at that old team games. We can't even say that. We can't say it anymore.
They're the Guardians now.
But what were they? What were they?
They were another team before this. They had another name. They've had over the years. They've had many names, and that's one thing. And that's one reason why people wonder why it took so long to change.
They should do that. They should call themselves the Cleveland Name Changers.
I mean, that would work better. I mean, they changed, but this last name change,
Oh, they changed the last name. What was the last name?
The last name was the one we can't say. Cleveland was the first name.
First name.
Yeah,
Cleveland was the first. No, Cleveland.
No, it's Chinese. It goes backwards.
I thought they just got married a bunch or something like that. They kept changing the last name.
They did have a lot of names. This last one. It's the Indians. I'm going to say it. I know. I think you can say the past names. It's historical fact, right? That they've been protesting that since 1973. I think it's about time, honestly. I think they could have stayed with any of the previous names. The Blues or the Broncos, probably the Naps. They could have canceled that one a little earlier, right? They went right from Naps to Indians. I don't know how I feel about that.
Nap was a shorten of Napoleon. It was a guy's name, which we don't hear anymore because eventually that guy lost the war and his brother took over and he got off. It was kind of
and it's still fine because Indians was just short. Indians was an homage, an homage, homage or Amish.
Both.
Well, I mean, both of them don't use technology, so either one works.
The homage, the homage people don't use. All right, so the homage to this guy Sakalexis, right? He was the first Native American, recognized Native American, and this was not some kind of exploited thing, but still, it doesn't matter what it used to be; it's what it is now. So maybe they could have just changed it to Sakalexis, the Cleveland Sakalexis.
Yeah, and you once again, you're looking at the past. That's like 200 years ago when the name the Cleveland started playing baseball. I think
it would have been nice. It would have been a nice thing to do.
Yeah,
right?
Just name it Sox-Alexis. Then you have 3 Sox in the MLB. You got the Red Sox, the White Sox, and the Sox-Alexis.
That's right. I mean, if you can have 11 rings, baseball can have 3 Sox.
Exactly. And just you do them just like you do the New York Knickerbockers. You shorten it to just the Sox or the Alexises. Yeah, I mean, Cleveland Alexises, even though it sounds like a stripper, it's still, it's still a good thing there.
Not a hot stripper though.
What if you got like a bunch of like very wealthy people, like that, maybe from the Ohio, the fan base area, and said we're gonna name the team. We're gonna do a raffle to see. We're gonna name them after a rich person, and said we're gonna get like a golden hat. We're gonna get you on a boat, a yacht. And do they have yachts up there? And what's that, Lake Erie?
Yeah, they don't fit. Yachts won't fit. No, Lake Erie's not deep enough.
They fall apart, I think.
It's not deep enough. Well, yeah, true. The lake's always on fire for once. You don't want to run a boat that much.
You don't. Yeah, that's. So, but you get some rich people and you get them to donate crazy amounts of money to get the name in a raffle because a lot of rich people are egotistical, and you draw a name from the hat, and that's who wins. So you could have like it could be like Barry Simmons from Geneva on the Lake. And Barry Simmons, it'd be called the Cleveland Barry Simmonses.
Only problem with that, you might get like like Bezos or Gates or Bezos' ex-wife or somebody. It'd be like it might be.
But they're not from Cleveland.
Or something like that.
But they're not from Cleveland.
You just said rich folks. I
said from the area. I said from the area. I think
just rich folks from Cleveland.
There's not a whole lot of rich people. In Cleveland.
You have you have like the Cleveland Carries, like Drew Carey, like the Cleveland Carries. Now that's I can go with Cleveland Carries.
Yeah, I'd be down with that one. Yeah.
Ohio, you know what I'm saying?
I guess the thing is, like, I think the name should have been changed. I don't know where you guys sit on that, but I think the name should have been changed. I'm a little on the fence about changing it to the Guardians. I know they name them after these big statues there by the bridge, but
and you know who built them?
I do.
Bob Hope's dad.
I don't think it was Bob Hope's dad.
Yeah, it was Bob Hope's dad. Yeah,
Robert Hope Sr.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know who built them, but Wilbur Watson designed them, right? This is the famous guy. He designed these statues in the 1930s. I know he hired Walker and Weeks or some architectural firm like that to build them. But yeah, I don't think Bob Hope's dad was involved in that.
Oh yeah, no. Do your research. I know that's something you're a little bit kind of weak.
What's Bob Hope's? What's his dad's name then?
I never met the man. I met Bob. Hope.
You did. You must have done your research. You must have come across his name. Neither here nor there. Right? Somebody designed and built the statues, and then they named this team after the statues. That's fine. The Guardians. And my problem is not the name. My problem is the logo, because it's a piece of garbage, right? It looks like something from a Minecraft game or like a mobile point and click garbage. No, I don't have any problem with games, obviously, but
no, you have to understand. They're like laws that Cleveland made. I think the state of Ohio made like 40 years ago with Microsoft Corporation, where they could only use clip art to do the logos. So
That makes sense.
It's a contract thing.
It does look like some kind of pixel art. It's just atrocious, which is real funny because, you know, this guy, Wilbur Watson, who designed these statues, like this is a quote from him, right? He says, he says, specifically, great care was taken to obtain a pleasing creation, which in the 1930s, he said was demanded by a public that's becoming more and more critical in this regard. So they want to be inspired by these statues, which were specifically designed to please a demanding public's view of aesthetics. And then they masquerade this logo, this piece of garbage, which has no aesthetics at all. It doesn't make any sense. They're contradicting themselves. That's my only problem with it.
I don't find them so bad. I mean, they're nice looking statues. I mean, I don't personally have a problem with it. I mean, it's kind of like a weird Greek god type thing, or
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
you bring up another point, which is a problem. They're moving from one kind of cultural appropriation to another. They're appropriating Greek mythology, right? These winks of, I think Hermes, right, is going to be the messenger god.
The family program. Let's keep it clean.
This is Greek mythology. I know it's not your forte, but it's okay. It's Hermes with an M, right? M. Okay, this isn't your last doctor's appointment. All right, we're talking Greek mythology here. Now, listen, the other thing is these statues remind me a lot of like the big guardian bulls with wings outside of like the Assyrian tombs. The Egypt, they're co-opting Middle Eastern culture here too now, right?
That's cool. Yeah, that's exciting.
They remind me of those big giant like Sphinx in the movie Never Ending Story, right? Where they're gonna shoot it like lasers down if you answer the wrong question. They're just moving from one kind of appropriation to another. I don't think it's really a move forward like these statues.
When is the last time you've been inspired by a statue? I mean, come on. I mean, that's not.
I tell you what, there's a little suburb outside Philadelphia. I don't remember what it's called. They got a statue of Scarlett Johansson. Right in the town square. That's a very inspiring statue. You know what I mean? Like really, really inspiring. That's the last time I touched that statue. I like rubbed out.
Wait, a family program here.
No, you can touch a statue. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I mean, yeah, but who? I mean,
you're getting a little blue, Gary. That's what we're saying. You're getting a little blue.
That's all right. Cleveland used to be called the Blues. They were called the Cleveland Blues. Nobody cared about that.
I think maybe they should have went back to the Cleveland Blues. I think
there's nothing blue about touching a statue. You guys are prudes.
Well, they got the Blue Jackets, the hockey team that's down there in Columbus. They got they could have played on the color thing. You got the blue, you got the brown. They could be like the yellows or something like that.
Right.
Or,
nobody cares about the Fort Lauderdale statue touchers.
I mean, we gonna change the name to the Statue Touchers? Is that a team? I
don't know what's going on.
It used to be. It used to be. I'm pretty sure it might have been a little league team. I don't know.
And that's the end of the game. Thanks for clicking. You've been listening to Time In, TTFN.